Let me ask you this right now. Gramercy, New York City. You guys ready for your headliner tonight or what? Come on. We can do better than that. Make some noise. Start clapping right now. Dry Bar. This week was Zoltan the podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise right now for Zoltan Kaszas!
No time for dreaming.
Yeah! All right! You could be more excited, but all right! There it is. It was so nice, and I'm not doing it. That's fine. Thank you guys so much for coming out. One more time for Mike and Shane. Everybody make it loud for them. Good Lord. Oh, this is fancy. I like it. There's that's like a VIP section over there. Not this. This is lower. That's up high. There's 2 bars. That's so many bars for this many people. That's not good. It's not conducive to comedy. Yeah, drunker. That's what we want. I love it. I've never had this many stools on stage. I guess that's what happens. As you grow in your career, there's just going to be more stools and towels. I've never had a towel. This is about as useful as that towel they give you in first class. You're like, oh yeah, hot towel, just like I do for myself. This is great. This is so different from any other show I've done in New York City. The first show I did in New York, I put it on in 2019. It was in a basement in Bushwick. Was anyone at that? There you go, one. All right. You're the only one that survived. All right. No one else made it out of that neighborhood, apparently. Yeah, I didn't. That was the first time I put on a show in New York. I was looking for a venue, and I don't know if you know, it's hard to get a venue in this town. It's a very sought-after city for entertainment. And I always like it when people send me, they're like, please come to my town. And then they'll send you the venue, and you're like, oh, the arena. Yeah, I'll give that a shot. I'll call up Mr. Square Garden and see what his avails are looking like. But I couldn't get a venue, and then a buddy was like, hey, I have a friend, and she has a basement in Bushwick, and she usually has bands play in her basement. You want to do a comedy show there? And I'm like, all right. And I didn't think much of it, and I put up the tickets on Eventbrite or whatever, and we sold it out at 50 people. That's as many people as you could fit in that basement. And then I showed up, and it didn't cross my mind. I'm like, oh, I'm just in front of an apartment complex. I didn't make that clear in the description of the tickets. People are just going to show up and be like, yeah, we're not doing that. We're not going in there. So what I did is I ordered a bunch of pizza, and I lured people in like a creep in a van. I just held pizza, and I'm like, you're at the right place. Go in there. And that was the first show I put on. And the second one was at the Broadway Comedy Club, where a woman with monkeypox didn't want to pay me. It was a deep story. I don't remember monkeypox. I think she was the one person I met that I'm like, that's pretty. I think that's it. And she was weird about paying me. And then the other show I did was at a gym called Con Body. You guys went to that? Yeah, Con Body. Remember that? That was a gym down in Lower East Side. And it's a themed gym because you know how people in prison are in great shape, and then people in New York are like, I just want to be ripped like a felon, but I don't want to do the crime part. I'm trying to still be allowed to vote and stuff like that. So then that's how they theme that gym. And I was like, can we do a comedy show here? And they're like, we can do anything in here. So that was the last show that I put on myself in New York. And then it came to this, and this is amazing, but it also at the same time, no one outside of this building cares. You know what I mean? I took photos with my name, and I was like, hey, that's me. And then people were like, get out of the way. The hell out of there. There's no time to gloat. That's why I like this city. Everyone's down to earth in this city, because anytime you have a moment, you're like, hey, someone's like, I'll kill you right now. If you are get out of my face, you're ruining the sidewalk. Because that's what this town is built on. This town is efficient because there's misery here. There's, where people are happy, they float, oh, what's that? But if you're miserable, you keep it moving, all right? And when I was outside going, that's my name up there, they're like, you're ruining the flow of traffic by being happy. But I like that. I like it because the city keeps people humble. They almost didn't let me in the venue. After I took my photo, I'm like, hi, I'm the comedian. And they're like, you have to go get your credentials. And I'm like, I'm the guy. And they're like, we don't care. Like, you need to get an envelope with a sticker, and we're still patting you down, and we're going to get in there. All right? But I like it. I like that they patted everyone down. It gets, no, this is going to be fine. But this is a venue where they do, like, metal shows. There's probably people covered in chains. You don't know how many arrows there are backstage. Because this place is for musicians that are high or drunk, and it's just all arrows back there going this way. Do not touch that doorknob. Touch this doorknob. You want to go this way. And that's so a musician who's high off his head, there's so many people working backstage just to make sure I make it here, which is so different from comedy. Like, musicians get away with murder, literally. A lot of times, they've killed people, and they're like, oh, you rascal, get in here. Why don't you play that song that is my wife and I's favorite song? But with comedians on the come up, you have to mind your P's. You're rude to a waitress, and you will be banned from Atlanta. All right? Like, that's how it is. So then you get to this level. Now I'm like too responsible to perform at a venue where they're like, how many arrows do you need to find the stage? And I'm like, no, I'm sober. And they're like, why? Because I have to talk out loud. I think that might be a lot of it. But it's awesome to be here. We got a hotel right next door, so we don't have to go too far back to Brooklyn, which is good. Yeah, our apartment's empty right now because we're moving back to San Diego. So, yeah, don't be sad. I'll still come back. There's flights. You guys have a lot of airports, a lot of them. I only like the LaGuardia one, but that one's good now. And I like it because no one's telling anybody. Because historically, LaGuardia was the bad one, and then they made it good, and they're like, shut up. Every time I go over there, I'm like, whoa, and they're like, shut up. You tell everyone it's horrible. Every time I go to LaGuardia, they got all the lines. They're like, are you clear? Are you TSA pre-check? Are you Sky Priority? And all the lines are like, they're 5 minutes. They're the same amount of time. Just walk on through. They're happy to see you. And then JFK, you're like, that is... A lot of times that Uber ride is longer than the flight that I took to get in. And they're like, come on in, man. So yeah, we're moving back. We have an empty apartment. We had the movers come in on Monday, and they took all their stuff, and then we mistimed it. So now my wife and I have just been living in a flop house. We just have a mattress on the floor. And we're like, this will be fine, won't it? It's not. It is not fine. Have you ever had an argument with an echo? Like, that's when you know you've either just moved to the place or you're leaving, and you're like, I shouldn't hear the argument twice. And that's where we're at. I'm happy. I'm happy to be going back to the sunshine, but I'm gonna miss. I like it. I never had a moment in this town where I felt like I fit in, but I liked that. You know, I like where every time I went outside, I'm like, who knows? You know. Who knows? Someone might yell at me, someone might smile, and I think it's for me, it's for someone behind me. There might be an argument over a scarf. So many things. I like that you guys were like, I could see an argument over a scarf. Like, a couple of you laughed, and a lot of you were like, I got an argument over a scarf today. I yelled it wasn't cold enough, and they said, prove it, and then we went after it. I remember one time I forget which train, but like there was a dude who was peeling cucumbers on the train and then putting them on his face. He was doing a full beauty treatment on the train, and the train was full, and only my wife and I were looking at him. My wife and I were the only ones going, oh, look at that. And everyone else was like, smart, dude. My skin's dry this time of year. This guy's getting it good. But yeah, we had movers come in, which is always. This is the first time I've ever had movers. I've always been the mover. I've never done it. And then they come in. I think they should ask you to leave. Because have you ever had movers come and then you were there and then they're just like, yeah, that one too. And then they're huge. They look like they could throw you across the street. And you're like, yeah, that one's fragile. They pick up a lamp, there's glass in that. You should watch out for that. It's just bad. And they were all strong and handsome. And it was like too much. And then you watch your wife watch them. And then she'd look at me and I'm like, are you contrasting and comparing? Like, what are you doing right now? She would come by. Do you remember how many of us it took to get that couch up here? And I'm like, don't bring that up right now. They were good guys. I always get weird when people come into the house. I never know what to do with myself. Like, we had someone come in, they had to work on the plumbing or something, and they were in the closet, so I'm just standing in the living room because I don't know what I'm supposed to do with myself, so I'm just standing there. And then a second worker came in that I wasn't expecting. Just came in, and I was and for no reason, I just picked up an ottoman and moved it 2 feet over. And I'm like, yeah, that's where that belongs. What was that doing over there? That's not where that goes. I'm at work too, just so you know. You know, I had to Google the word ottoman. I didn't know that's what that was called, because I give everything a nickname in my house. I call those the stumps. When my wife and I sit down, I'm like, hey, why don't you bring one of those stumps over so I can put my hooves up? And I didn't want to say that in front of an audience because I didn't want to sound like white trash, so I Googled. I'm like, what are those stumps that I put my hooves on when I watch TV? And they're like, did you mean ottoman? And I'm like, yeah, the dog from Beauty and the Beast. That's exactly what I'm talking about. I never know what to do with myself. Like, we had to hire a guy to hang our TV when we moved here because you guys there's brick walls on the East Coast because you guys have less earthquakes, so you can have brick. I grew up in California where everyone would be dead if there was. All the walls are made of paper, so it's like, oh my God, oh, I'm still alive. I'm pinned down, but I'm not dead. But here it's brick, and I don't have a drill. I got an IKEA drill that's made for fake wood, and so my wife, there's an app called TaskRabbit where you can hire men to come over and do men things. That's what they're there for. So my wife's like, I hired this guy to come over and hang our TV, and I looked, and there's a Russian dude named Igor, and I was like, all right. And she's like, oh, he'll be here in 10 minutes. I'm like, okay. And she's like, are you gonna stay? And I'm like, yeah. I was. Is it weird if I stay? And she's like, I mean, she's as long as you're comfortable with it, you can stay. And then I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna stay. And he showed up, and I'm like, I should have left. It was like, I thought I was comfortable with my masculinity, and I wasn't. I thought I was, should have left. He came in and he just pulled out his big, and he's drilling the wall, and there's like brick flakes flying everywhere. He had a big vein in his forearm. Yeah! And then he looked over and we made eye contact, and I'm like, I'm gonna go wait in the bedroom. That's where I'm gonna go wait. And it's a small apartment. My bedroom's just right there. So he's over there drilling the wall. I'm over here just making baby circles. Just tell me when he's done. Tell me where he pees. I have to pee where he pees. Otherwise, this is his apartment now. There's weird rental laws in New York. I don't know if you guys know it. They're like, no, that's his urine. Are you falling asleep? Are you okay right there? Are you very high? Oh, yes? Oh, of course. I love your answer. That was a very New York answer. You're like, of course. Like, what do you responded like I asked if it was Friday. You're like, of course it's Friday. Where have you been? You came to a comedy show prepared. I like that. Some of these jokes you'll get on a delay. Absolutely. Yeah. I've always had a good time here. I have a neighbor named Bob. He's an elderly man named Bob, and he and I just have never we never disagree. We've never had an issue, but you ever just not do it right with a person? Like every interaction, you're like, what the hell was that? I don't know why, but like my volume of my voice is always off with this guy. Every time I see him, like my energy's up here and he's like down here. I'll just be like, "Hey, Bob!" And he's like, and I'm like, try again tomorrow. Like, one time I saw him down the street. You ever see your neighbor but not at your place? Like you see him somewhere else and you're like, "Hey, look at us. We're at the same thing." And and I did that. I'm like, "Bob!" And he's like, and I'm like, "Man." And it's just been a year and a half of that replaying in different ways. "Bob!" And you're like, "Ah." And I'm like, idiot. Yeah. I gotta come in smoother. But yeah, it's been a fun couple. Last week, it's been fun. We had the election. I feel it, Some people are happy. I try to remember that. A lot of people are happy. That makes me feel better. You ever see someone happy and then you're happy just because they're happy? Not so much in this city, but like, when you leave and then you're somewhere else and you're like, that guy's so happy right now. Like, I'm proud. Like, just watching the video of people lining up to vote made me like, oh, look at those people. They're lining up to have their voices be heard. That's so nice. I'm just proud of people now. I feel that. Like, sometimes I'll be at the park and I'll see people running, and I'm like, wow, I'm proud of that guy. And my wife's like, do you know that guy? I'm like, no, but he's running. And we're not running, but he's doing it. He doesn't want to run either. We don't want to run, and we didn't. He didn't want to run and did. Like, I'm proud of him. Yeah, I'm glad it wasn't close, the election. I'm happy. And it didn't come out the way I wanted, but I'm glad it was, because if it was close, I would have been like, oh, who didn't vote? But because it was a blowout, I'm like, oh okay. All right. Fine. Recount? We don't need to. I think you did it. It felt like a football game where, like, your team, you're like, yeah, this is it. But then the opening kickoff, you can just feel it. You're like, this isn't going good. Like, I remember at the beginning, they just showed 3 states, and I'm like, that's already a rough first quarter right there. Like, we have New Hampshire. I'm like, is that good? It's like 2 people in that state. It was rough. It was just the reveal of it. It was like a temperature check of the country, I think, is what that election was. And I was like, oh, it's going to go like this. And I'm like, oh, I was wrong. I had no idea everyone felt that way. The election reminded me of my first boy-girl party. I went to my first boy-girl party when I was 12. It was Melissa Vasquez's birthday. It was her 12th birthday party. And a couple days before her party, I was on a 3-way phone call with her. Remember 3-way phone calls in the 90s? And I was on a phone call with her and my friend Johnny C. And she was like, hey, Johnny C., for my party, can you bring over your Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre CDs? And he's like, absolutely, I'll bring them. And then I was like, oh, I'll bring over my Will Smith's Greatest Hits CD. And there was a long pause and there was 2 other people on the line with me, and nothing. And I was like, well, I'll bring over my Will Smith's Greatest Hits. Like, I repeated myself. I'm like, clearly they didn't hear me. And then there was another long pause, and Melissa's like, you don't have to do that. And I was like, oh, okay. And I'm like, that's what the election was like for me. That was me going, oh, I didn't know. I'll put this away then. That was a lot of my childhood because I didn't have an older sibling. Like, people that are so lucky, if you have an older sibling, they'll be like, don't wear that. You shouldn't wear that. That's your first day of high school? I wouldn't do that. I didn't have that. I would just find out that the thing I picked wasn't cool by showing up. You ever have that? You get a summer vacation, you're like, those green jeans? Hell yeah, dude. I'm wearing some green jeans. And then you show up first day at school, you're like, oh no. And you're like, Mom, I picked the wrong color jeans. And she's like, we're not going back to the store. So you have to be the green jeans kid all of 6th grade. You made it to the end. I'm so proud of you. I look at the statistics. A lot of people watch like halfway through or 3/4 of the way through, but not you. You watched the whole thing. Bravo. Thank you. You know what else you can do for me? You can hit like, you can hit subscribe. But more importantly than all of that, you can go to my website, zoltancomedy.com, and see if I'm performing in a town near you, and then come see me live. Everything's better than live. Reggae, jazz, poetry. Good Lord. Come see me live. Oh, good Lord. Oh, all right. Well, thank you. Just like every show right there. That is every show I've ever done. You held your ears. I'm sorry. That was too loud. I was like, this feels too much. And you're like, it is too much. That is... It's Solana Beach. Why don't we temper expectations? Thank you. Thank you so much for showing up. This is excellent. Yeah. No, I appreciate it. This is where comedy specials should happen. In Solana Beach, you know? There's nothing more San Diego than Solana Beach. It's just rich surfers. That's what Solana Beach is. Completely oxymoronic of the term. It's like, yeah, we're all about the earth, and you just gotta get out there and ride the wave and feel your soul. But also, capitalism. Crush small business, take their share of the market, but then be one and zen with the world. It's good. It's a good mix of ideologies there. Cutthroat capitalism, but then also get some sand between your toes. You gotta live your life, man. It's nice. It was nice. We landed, and that's how we knew we were back home in San Diego, because my wife's like, I knew we were home when we got off the plane, and I just saw a dude's toes. That's when you know you're home. You look down, you just see a man's curled toes holding onto his sandals like the talons of a hawk holding onto a rodent, and you're like, yeah, that's where I'm from. That's the city flag. Jagged man toes. It's where it should be. I love this whole area. I love it. Like it's got, like, we were walking around and they had I thought it was like a lost pet sign, but it was actually a sign for purebred, like, Bengal cats. So I thought a cat was missing, and I was like, oh no. And they're like, no, do you want a purebred Bengal cat? And I was like, oh. And then underneath there was a missing poster, but it was for a surfboard. And I was like, hell yeah, dude. That's how I like it. So thank you guys so much for coming out. It's awesome, beautiful theater. I didn't know people knew me in Paris, but people know me in Paris. So this is awesome. Thank you. Very cool. So much. Oh my God. It's a beautiful city. I've been here once before in 2017. That was for vacation. This is my second time here. I think it's a great city. It's a beautiful city. It's a city people warn you about before you go. You know, it's the only city I've been to where people are like, hey, they're gonna be rude. All right. No other city have I gone to, and they've given you a warning. And there's other cities I've been to where I'm like, could have used a warning. All right. And so I remember when I came in 2017, I was like so ready for someone to be rude. I was just walking around like this, like I was gonna have a comeback ready, like, oh, your mother, you know, like. And then it just never happened. Like, no one was ever rude. And I think I realized it's because I smile a lot. And I think people aren't rude to you if you just come in and you look dumb and you smile. People just feel the need to help you. And I think I should have like a YouTube tutorial video to help travelers. Like, hey, is it your first time traveling? Work on this. People aren't rude to that. Like, in any country you go to, if you couldn't see, it doesn't matter if you can't say hello in their language. You just come in and go, ah. People are jumping over the counter to help you, all right? I remember the first time I came, we were here for a couple days, and we had to take the train to London. We took the train to London, and I didn't know how to get there. And you just smile. You just smile and act dumb. That's all you got to do. I'm here to take the choo-choo. They will come help you. They're like, where are you headed, sir? I'm headed to London town. And they're like, right this way, monsieur, or whatever. And That's what, I don't know. I think everyone's nice. You just have to smile first. That's all. If you come in like, hey, people are like, what's wrong? And you're like, I don't know. Just waiting for you to be mean, I think. You guys are all good looking people. Everyone has like an attitude, like a beautiful attitude. You guys have like strong faces and a little bit of But then you talk to someone and they're smiles and friendly, but before you get to the smile and friendly, there's a little bit of just a little bit of, I've seen this before. Oh, this again? You know? So before we came, my wife and I were talking about ménage à trois, because it's a famous French thing. And the first time I heard ménage à trois, I just pictured it being two people making love, and then a third person off to the side going, they're doing it wrong. That's how I pictured it. Some little wine and a cigarette, that's not how it's done. But I love it. There's so much art and good stuff. A lot of. I've never seen a town with so many stores for glasses. I don't know if you guys have picked up on it. There's more. It's easier to find glasses than it is coffee. Like, there's a lot of places to get coffee, but this is like a blind person's haven. Everyone has awful eyesight. Every place is like, just, hey, you need some frames? And you're like, really? I'm looking for a pharmacy. Like, they're around, but if you're looking for some trendy frames, you know. What is up, Berlin? We're here. Friday night. Or Saturday. Did I say Friday? I don't know what day it is. Is it Friday or Saturday? I've been on the road for 14 days. I don't know what day it is. I barely know what time it is where I'm from. But thank you so much for coming here to this beautiful palace of comedy. Oh my goodness, it's a little much. When I walked in here, I'm like, this isn't what it should have been. Did you build this to be a comedy club? And they're like, no, this is where they used to do Magic Mike. And I was like, oh, that makes a lot more sense. They need all this. They would dance down the steps, do a little, you know? A lot of balls and wieners. Magic Mike, everybody, coming on down. Not this. It's going to stay right here. Everything's staying on unless it gets too hot. I'll take off my new shirt. Yeah, I just bought this. I was in Paris, and have you ever been to Paris and then you're like, I have no style? I liked my clothes, and then I went to Paris and walked around, and I'm like, I'm dressed like garbage. And so I went into a store and I bought this shirt with a lot of pockets. It's got I don't know if I pull it off, but it definitely helped me walk around Paris. Yeah? Look at all these pockets. I'm very negative about myself, so I was like, I felt good yesterday in this because I was in Paris, but I was in the hotel looking at the mirror, and I'm like, I don't know, you know. This jacket looks like my wife just left me for a woman. That's what this jacket makes me feel. Like, it's not a bad breakup either. Like, I'm friends with both of them, you know? And I come over, I'm like, hi, Jackie, how's Emma? And then Jackie's like, she's fine, don't sit there. That's where I sit. And I'm like, I get it. My jacket has too many pockets. I just feel like a kangaroo. Thank you for laughing at that. I didn't know how that was gonna go. It's this brand too. I don't know what it's Fagoo. Is that correct? You guys know this brand? F-A-G-U-O. And I was like, man, I've grown so much since a middle schooler. Because when I was 12, I wouldn't have bought this. Just so I don't get heckled by my fellow classmates, you know? But now I'm a 38-year-old man. I pay taxes. Give me that damn shirt. But it's very nice to be here. It's a rough day. We lost Chuck Norris. I don't know if you guys saw that. It's a rough day for, I know. I'm so sorry if you're finding out about this right now. I don't think I'm the right person to let you know that karate legend Chuck Norris has passed away. He was 80-something. I didn't know he made it that long. That guy's a hero, man. I don't know what you guys think. I don't know if he's just an American hero or a worldwide icon, but he taught us all that you can kick in jeans. Like, I can't even go up too many steps. I can't skip a step with jeans. Like, I don't have enough. And this guy was, yeah, and his leg would be up here. And that's impressive. And he wore him normal. He kept him at his waist. Like, Van Damme could kick like that, but he had his pants to his nipples. Remember that? Van Damme would have his blue jeans up to here, like mom jeans. And he'd come in with his elbows up and come, you're gonna come. But Norris would have regular jeans on his waist, just kicking people. Oh, sorry. All right, he's more of an American hero. I understand. I get it. You guys are more. Schwarzenegger's not. Is he your guy? No, that's another country. Austria. I apologize. All right, I don't. You have to understand. I'm from very far away, and we don't learn about other people. I don't mean that as a rude thing, like you're not worth being learned about. I just mean like we don't have good schools where I live. And they give us the globe, but we only work on our part, you know? That's all we learn. 12 years of public school, you know what I learned? We're number one. That's all I've learned. You're number one. You're number one. I remember one time I was like, what about these other countries? They're like, they are not number one. You are number one. So, I don't know how much longer that's going to go. It feels a little... it's fun. We're getting a little dictator over there. I know you guys don't know what that's like, but... ours is very colorful. Man, he bruises? He bruises easily. He has a lot of weird marks. Everyone's like, I love when they focus on the least important thing about him. He just keeps taking over countries and starting wars with others. And then they're like, did you see his bruise on the back of his neck? And you're like, that's like the 80th thing that we're going to work on, all right? Who cares about the bruise on his neck? What are we going to do tomorrow? It's crazy. I don't know if you saw that. He's trying to get all the other countries to help him. To help us. I should say us. I'm part of it. As you can tell, I'm there. He's trying to, and none of the other countries are helping. They're like, what? You didn't even tell us you were gonna. You know what that's like? That's like a friend asking you to help him move the day of the move. And you're like, why didn't you tell me a week ago? They're like, it's a surprise move. I owe a lot of back rent. I gotta get the hell out of it. I need your truck now. And you're like, you didn't even give me a warning. I actually feel bad for him, because it feels like my friendships in childhood. You ever have that when you were a kid and hanging out with your friends? You're like, let's go to my house. Come on, fellas. And then you get home and then you're alone. That's kind of what happened. Come help me with the war in the Strait of Hormuz. And then you get over there and just you. I know, it's hard to laugh about because it feels very near. I don't know. It's fun. We're trying. I apologize. But yeah, rough. I've had a rough trip. I found out yesterday my wife used to date a model. Did anyone know that? Yeah. Woo for who? All right. I didn't know that. I don't know how it came up, but my wife was like, yeah, did I tell you I used to date a model? I go, show him to me. I need to see him now. And then I saw him, and I'm like, damn it, he's beautiful. And then I was all angry the rest of the day. She's like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, he's better looking than me. And she's like, but you have a bigger heart, and you're a better person. I'm like, you admit it! Just lie to me. And then when I said that, she was like, he's a model! And I'm like, stop being honest. Lie a little. I hope he does. Hope he does. How dare he be better looking? And then I tried to think of it positively. I'm like, well, I guess that means I'm funnier than he is good looking. Still didn't make me feel better. I'm like, I just want to be good looking. And she's like, but you have so many other, you're a good person. He wasn't a good person. I'm like, I don't want to be a good person. I just want to be good looking, you know?
I just want to have one of those sharp faces. You know those people with just sharp faces? You just come in and people, they gasp when they see you. People see me. All right. That's why I do this. It's more of a natural movement. But
Thank you, much appreciated. I love that he said that. We'll give him a good Hungarian welcome, which means a not Hungarian welcome. I didn't know what that meant until I showed up yesterday. Like, cause I'm from here. I was born here, and then we moved when I was 4, and I have like a bubbly mom. Like she's Eastern European. She'll say some dark stuff, but she'll like, everything's gonna be all right. And then I'm like, oh, that's what Hungarians are like. And then I showed up, I'm like, oh, you guys, it just like you guys are very friendly and nice, but not in the beginning. You know? It's like, you know how a car warms up and you turn on the heater and you're like, it's just cold air coming out of there. It's like, oh, I'll give it 5 minutes, they'll come around. It's been very nice. It's a beautiful city. Everyone it just feels like there's a grayness, you know, just kind of like, we know what's coming. You know what I mean? No, not so much. That's fine. It's very exciting to be back. I landed yesterday, came from the airport. Apparently you guys have an election coming up, I could tell. Just a lot of posters everywhere. I didn't know a single word that was said. Just a lot of faces like... I don't know a single word that was said, but apparently Vladimir Zelensky's running for office out here. Using a bunch of posters. I was like, I got that. You know, as an American, I don't pay attention to world news that much, but I was like, man, I could have swore that guy was from Ukraine. But maybe in Europe, it's just a kind of mixture of everybody, you know. Who knows? It's fun. It's fun. Walked around today. I don't know if this is a good trait that I have, but I match whatever face someone gives me. Do you guys do that? Like if someone comes up to you and they go, hey, I go, oh, yeah. And if someone comes up, I go, oh, yeah, what is it? And we went to the mall. We went into one of the stores, and there's a lady that had a lot of plastic face work done. So she had, I don't know, they took part of her eyebrow and just tried to put it into her hairline. And we walked by each other, and we made eyes, and I just went, and as soon as I did it, I'm like, don't do that. That's horrible. Don't ever do that. Just keep your regular face. But it's hard, you know. But it was so cool. We did the show last night. I had a family friend came by and gave me all these photos from my childhood that I haven't seen ever. I was a baby, and they are so 1980s Budapest. It's like it was me as a baby with like 2 other babies, and there was a guy right here just lighting a cigarette. It was the most 1980s hungry photo I've ever seen. He wasn't looking at the camera. He wasn't looking at the kids. He's like, what is my life? And I have no idea who that is. That's the worst part. I sent the photo to my mother. I'm like, is this my dad? No, I don't know who that man is. Just a random man smoking a cigarette next to 3 babies going, welcome to the world. I got all these documents from my grandfather, which was cool. I'm named after my grandfather. His last name was Herring, so it was Zoltan Herring. I don't know if you guys knew him. No. All right. I looked through. He was just a regular guy, you know. He's a bus driver or a carriage driver. We had all these like documents that are 100 years old. Some of them during communist times. We didn't know that. We just put it into ChatGPT because we had to translate. I didn't know what the hell it said, so my wife's like, put it into ChatGPT. And we were talking about it in the green room in the comic that was on before me. He was like, oh, good, you put your family history into ChatGPT. So they know all 3 generations. They know where I'm coming from, so that's good. But yeah, this whole trip has been fun, man. We were in Berlin 2 days ago. Before that, Paris, and I'm happy to be here. Like Paris, I've very much enjoyed. Very beautiful. I just don't. They have too much style over there, which I don't appreciate. Like I didn't think I dressed bad until I walked through Paris, and I was like, oh, I'm dressed like a homeless person. Like These people are dressed so good. They have just short, good faces, and I don't know. They want you to speak their language. My wife told me that. She's like, don't just go in there speaking English. That's rude. You have to go in there and say bonjour, and then say parlez-vous anglais, and then once they hear how bad you did that, they're gonna speak to you in English. And I go, that feels more rude than just speaking in English, right? Like, imagine if someone came to this country and just butchered Hungarian, and you'd be like, just don't do that again. I know that because I was in the cab ride. The cab driver knew we were American, and I just kept saying, Köszönöm, and every time he would just, he just kind of giggled at me. And I'm like, I'm from here. He goes, yeah, whatever. And I was like, I was born here in 1987. I moved in 1991. And he's like, I do not care. I don't know what I expected. I think when I just want to tell everyone I'm from here, you know? I just like the waiter. I don't know. I've never been an expressive. I've always been shy and kind of in here. But the waiter was like, oh, you have a Hungarian name? I was like, I was born here. And we moved in 1991. This is my first time back in 32 years. And he's like, orange juice? Would you like some? And I was like, oh, that's right. This doesn't matter to anyone except for me. Thank you. That was just for you, sir. I have noticed that about Hungarian audiences. This is my second Hungarian audience. Every once in a while, there's a joke that everyone's like, that was fine. And one person's like, that talked to my soul. That touched me right here in my heart. I'm excited to go look around tomorrow. We're gonna go try to find the apartment I used to live in. I forget what the district it was, but it's like 18-20 minutes from here. And my mom sent me the address, and I guess our next door neighbors still live there after 30 plus years. And she gave me their phone number. She's like, give them a call. I don't think they speak English, but good luck. So tomorrow I might be showing up to a random elderly couple's apartment going, hey, do you remember me? And then I'll hold up the photo with the guy smoking a cigarette. And I go, that was me. Was that you right here? Why were you smoking a cigarette into our faces?
Where was 36?
It's down there.
Here it is.
There it is.
Let's see if we can look inside.
I didn't do that. It's funny that I felt like it wasn't that other building.
I know, you knew it.
But then I also thought it was the wrong building. So I'm like, that's wrong. Then it was this one.
This makes more sense because your mom could see you from the window.
Yes, that's why I'm like, that also doesn't make sense. I'm like, where's the school?
Mm-hmm.
This is the school I went to over here. I guess our apartment, if my mom could see the playground, our apartment must have been up here. So this is 34, so I guess...
Oh, it must have been over there.
Oh yeah,
the
she
Z.
said she almost fell out the window, so she saw it at an angle. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We were second from the top.
Mm.
So somewhere... That's there was our apartment. It's crazy, I used to walk here when I was a kid with my grandma and my mom. I think we'd come out this way. Crazy, didn't I tell you it's right behind the apartment?
Uh-huh.
It's crazy, I remember that.
The fences are all boarded up. You can't see anything.
Yeah.
Do you remember the playground?
I'm sure they've changed the equipment. But you know what I do remember? They had a weird wall with holes in it.
Yeah.
And they also gave the kids tires to roll, so you could roll a tire. And I remember one time I put my head through the hole, and I looked, and this kid ran a tire over my head.
Oh.
And I never stuck my head in that hole again.
Oh, my God. You'll remember that.
Yeah. There's a friend in the school's here. So I get dropped off up here.
That's crazy that you remember.
I do remember this. I remember a lot from that time. There was a stinky lady that lived in that building. She really smelled bad. And before, if we'd see her in the elevator, Mom would tell me, hold your breath. And then it would smell so bad. I don't know. She had some sort of disease. In school.
That's the entrance?
I think so.
Oh.
Yeah, they don't have the wall with the holes in it anymore. It's so cool.
It's such a nice day, too.
I know. I wonder if the teacher that used to dress me is still here. Marika.
She used to dress you?
Yeah, they used to have a thing like you'd come in and you'd have to change at the school into like a uniform, I guess. And you had to change yourself. But I hated doing it, and I would just take off all my clothes and I'd hold my uniform, and then I'd stand next to Marika and go, and then she would change me.
Aww.
Like change my clothes for me.
Baby Zoltan.
Yeah. Look, there are the kids going in there now.
It's a nice school.
Yeah. I can't believe it's still here. They must have, like, kept it up.
Do you want to go inside?
No. I don't think. I mean, if this, I don't know if they'd be cool with that, and I don't know if anyone speaks English enough for me to state my business here. I think my stuff was on this side because, like, there's older kids that go here too. But I was 3 or 4. I was very young, so I was probably on this side of the school with the littles. It's very nice.
Very nice. It's a very nice neighborhood.
And the buildings look old and dilapidated.
Yeah.
They're warm,
Oh, they're warm.
ready to go.
Amazing.
So it's Keefleys. I'm gonna eat them outside. These are Keefleys. I used to plow these when I was a kid. Haven't had one in 32 years.
It's like a rip-off croissant.
It's better than a croissant.
Is it?
No. Most tasty.
Can I try?
Mm-hmm. These a little better.
I like it.
Sounding good.
It's very, like a little garlicky.
Yeah, this one's the garlic flavor. This other one I got is just sesame seed.
It has been fun. My wife's been having a good time because she gets to watch you guys, and then she looks at me and she goes, "Now I know why you do that." Like we had chicken paprikash 2 days in a row, and they give you bread, and I sop up. I take the bread. It just came back to me. I haven't done that in years, and my muscle memory from being a baby, I was like, I think I have to take the bread and clean the plate, other my grandmother's gonna yell at me. I think that's part of it. You gotta sop it up, otherwise your grandma with a cigarette behind her ears gonna whip you. How dare you not eat all your food? Look at me now, 38 years old, high cholesterol. That's what I thought I was healthy, and the doctor's like, "Oh no, your blood is fat." I think that's what high cholesterol is. I don't know if that's really what it is. If there's any recommendations, please tell me. You know, I want to go see some good old I saw some dancing where they just a lot of slapping. I want to go see some, if anyone recommends some of that. I saw some tourist videos. I saw another tourist video where a guy was playing chess with other naked men at a pool. I'd like to do that. I'd like to be naked with some strangers going. That looks so interesting to me. I've never been deep in thought with a stranger and my wiener out at the same time. He's not even thinking about the game. You're thinking. That's ridiculous. Yeah, you guys do like nudity out here. I remember that. I remember because when we moved when I was 4, I Americanized very quickly. Like when you're young, you pick up cultures very quickly. So as soon as I moved to America, I was no longer okay with nudity. And then we came back to visit like a year later. I was gone for 1 year. I came back a year later. And me and my uncle and my cousins went to a public swimming pool. And I was like, let's change into our swim shorts. And they're like, what? No, we're going to change into our shorts at the pool. And I go, what are you, insane? And we went over there, and that was the day I saw my uncle's wiener. And it's so weird to remember exactly when you lost your innocence. There's something about it. Like, a woman's body is beautiful. A man's is like, oh my God, you shouldn't be allowed to vote. That's what you're walking around with? That is awful. None of it makes sense. There's parts that look like they haven't met each other. Everything's just dangling off. Part of it looks melted. Oh my God. I haven't talked to my uncle since, quite honestly. Like, he lives here. I could go say hi to him, and I'm like, I can't. I'll visit when I can't do it. All I can think of is his wiener. 30-something years, still remember that. Honestly, not that impressive, more horrifying than anything. Man, I hope he's not here. I should have double-checked that. Like, I love all my family members, but we're not super close. Did you just yawn? I'm doing my best up here, all right? Sorry, I just saw you yawn. I apologize. I'm sorry. I don't mean to call you out. I'm sure you had a long day. I'm just a very insecure performer, and I'm up here like, all right, my uncle's wiener, and this guy's like, Oh, another uncle's wiener. I'm so tired of these foreign comedians coming in. I'm so tired of hearing about everyone's uncle's wiener. We get it. They don't look right. I don't know why I'm becoming Trump. We get it. They don't look right. Yeah. People in my country they keep asking me to stop making fun of Trump, and it's hard because he's there. And he keeps showing up, and he doesn't listen to anybody. My favorite is when he goes off the cuff. You know when he gives a speech and he's like this? That's when he's reading. But my favorite is when he turns to the side and just goes, I don't know. Maybe we'll take over Japan or something. You're like, do you know you're talking out loud? Sometimes those are thoughts you keep on the inside while you're naked at a public pool. I don't know. But yeah, I want to go do that. I want to go do a public swimming hole. I don't know. So if anyone's got any ideas, throw them out at me. I want to see some slap dancing. I want to meet weird family members, you know. Because no one introduced... I met two cousins in London that live out there, and then I found out one of them was not my cousin. I sent a photo to my mother, and she goes, that is not your cousin. And I go, man, I hugged her a lot. Who is that? I exchanged numbers with her. She goes, I'm not sure, but she seems to know you. All you have to do is lie to me and just come up to me and go, I'm your cousin. And I'll be like, hey, come on in. Who are you? Miklos, Lajos? Which one are you? Just throw out a name with a couple dots over an O, and I'll believe you. I don't know if you've noticed my comedy, but I like it to come right back down where it started. Like, if I get you laughing on one thing, I'm going to keep talking about it till you stop laughing, and then I can move on. Most comedians try to end each joke on the high, and I'm like, no, we got to make sure that we've beaten this dead horse. That's my happiness. That is one thing I've enjoyed about coming to Hungary, because I've been all over Europe, and I finally found a water bottle that the cap comes off. Do you know how hard this is? Would they import this from the United States? Like, where did this go? All throughout Europe, it's been right there, and it's been pissing me off. Just every time I go drink this little... You know what it feels like? You ever been on the toilet and the lid comes on your back? Get off me. That's what this feels like. It's been upsetting me. Sorry. I sound like an uppity American. I apologize. Can you believe these bottle caps? You guys are fun.
Hello. Thank you so much for watching my YouTube video. I just wanted to let you know that I have a brand new comedy special out entitled London Fog. If you haven't already watched it. If you have, go watch it again. Why not? That helps. Also, I'm on tour, the Worldwide-ish Tour 2026. Going to Europe, all over the United States, a little bit of Canada, the UK, which is also in Europe, but I guess it sounds more full when I add it. ZoltanComedy.com. Hit the link and only buy tickets from there. Don't go to resellers. Those guys are ripping everybody off. ZoltanComedy.com. Third time's the charm.
And do my thing.
What's up, everybody? Yeah! We're here. We're out. Excitement, noises. People sitting in every direction. I love it. I just realized that as I came out, there's some people facing that way. Some people like, yeah, we're at the show. Some people are like, we're up high. Man, move the stage. Put it over there. I don't know. Listen, I'm not in charge. But it is a lot. Thank you so much for coming out. I appreciate it, Nashville. Beautiful, beautiful, popular, beautiful. So popular. kind of wish it was less popular. Everything I want to do, everyone's already there. And they're already doing it. You ever show up to do something and someone's already doing the thing that you were gonna do, and you're like, what's the point? I see that guy already doing it, and I want to do it, but he won't leave. My manager Mark and I, we went and got pancakes. We went to the pancake pantry. Yeah, we went over there. Delicious, absolutely delicious. Once we got in, things were so good. It's rude. They make you stand outside in the cold, and you just stand there. Like, if you saw a glimpse of that as you drove by, and you're like, is that Russia in the 80s? Like, what is going on out there? We were standing out there, 40 degrees, just, we just want some sweetbread. We just want some sweetbread. And then as you get closer, you see the window, and you just see in there. And they'll come out and they're like, we'll get you in soon. We're trying to get people to leave, but they won't leave. And you just stare at them through the window going, leave! We're all dying out here of hunger and freeze. And then the weird thing is you get in and then you don't leave. Because we got done and there's people outside the window like this. And I'm like, sucking down these buttery cakes. It was wonderful. Yeah, I love it. I love Nashville. There's so much history. I like live music. We went and saw some of that. You're going to see it whether you want to or not. Every bar. We just went out to have some drinks. Like, let's go out and get some drinks and talk. And they're like, how about not the talk? How about we stand in a corner and yell while the other person doesn't hear and just goes, yeah! Isn't that great? What is it about going out to a bar that's loud where nothing you say is heard until the one time you whisper an insult about somebody else and that person's like, I know it's crooked. What is that? That happened to me at a concert. System of a Down. Pretty loud band. Pretty loud band, right? They're on there. I don't know if you ever heard System of a Down, but if like the devil had schizophrenia, is kind of how I would describe it. Just a lot of everything's fine and then it's not. That's how I would describe System of a Down. And I was there. I had some drinks. It's a concert. They sell them there. And there was a pro wrestler near us that I recognized him. And I was like, and my wife was with me, and she always loves it when I give her information of stuff she doesn't care about. And I whispered, I'm like, yelled, there's a metal concert going on. I'm like, there's a pro wrestler over there. His name is Darby Allin. And she's like, okay. And I'm like, I listen to a podcast, and this guy Jim Cornette hates his guts, thinks he sucks. And then she goes, he heard you. And I was like, and I look over and I'm like, oh. Like, how did you hear an insult through System of a Down? They're summoning demons up there, and I can't even talk some trash in private. Yeah. Anyway, beautiful town. It's so interesting. Like, this is this state has two giant music historic cities, and this one booming, and no one seeing Memphis. I've been to Memphis, and I'm like, I was excited, and then I got there, I'm like, what happened here? There's nobody there. I landed, there was nobody. Have you ever landed at an airport, and you're like, I don't know how to leave the airport? I thought there would be Ubers. I opened the Uber app. My wife and I were at the airport in Memphis, and we landed at night, 11 o'clock, which is late, but it's not that late. We opened it up, and Uber said, no. I've never had that happen before. It just said there are no cars available. And then we walked out and there were no cabs. And I was like, it was just me and her. Everyone else on our flight, like, apparently knew this situation and they had arranged accommodations. They had family, loved ones. And no one loved us in Memphis. So we were just there, 11 at the airport, not a soul. And then there was a cop and we're like, hi. And he's like, And then a drunk lady came out of the bushes. I don't even know where she came from. I don't think she came from the airport. She just came, And I'm like, well, that'll solve itself, I suppose. there's a cop, there's someone intoxicated, and it didn't. They just started talking. And then a cab showed up. I'm like, hey, a cab. And then the drunk lady's like, oh, my cab's here. And I'm like, what? That's how you gotta get one? I gotta call a cab company and go, hey, can you pick us up? And they're like, yeah, where? The airport. Why aren't you already here? Why aren't there 10 of you in a line? And the cab driver comes out and actually denied service to her because she's like, you're too drunk. I'm not letting you in the cab. And I'm like, awesome. And that's how we got to our hotel. But not here. There's Ubers and cabs. And do you guys have Waymos yet? Is that coming? You guys have them? Nice. They're here. Those are coming in. If you don't know Waymos, they just cut the driver out, which is great. Yeah, people. I'm tired of people having jobs, you know? Let's bring these robots in. Waymos are fun. I don't know if you saw that story, like it was a few days ago, it drove by a potential shooting. There was a cop that pulled someone over and they had their guns drawn on the guy. Everyone stopped. Everyone's like, oh, and then the Waymo just took a left. And there's just people in the back going, oh my God. Just right by. I don't know, man. The future looks fun. I gotta be honest with you. The future's gonna be like that haunted house ride at Disneyland where you're just in a cubby just going by. Oh my God, keep going, please, Waymo. Oh, please. Please, Elon, take me home. Elon, whoever's running the company, some billionaire. Ha 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 ha. They take you through the scary parts. You know, it's fun coming to Nashville. I don't drive here because I've driven in, I think, every major metropolitan city in the United States, but the only one that I've gotten too angry in to the point where I've left my rental car at the hotel and called an Uber is Nashville. This is the only place where I've missed freeways. Like, you know how a freeway will split and they're like, you got to get on this freeway, but you're on this freeway? And I've missed it. I've missed entire freeways. I was driving and they're like, merge over to this other lane. And I'm like, all right, I will eventually. And it just never happened. You know how, like, even in traffic, you're like, an opportunity will show itself. There will be a parting of the sea and you'll be able to slip in. And it just never happened. And I don't know if you ever missed your exit by 5 miles an hour. But it is... Every exit miss should be done at full speed. It should be done at... Ah, damn it. All right. But it's extra aggravating at 5 miles an hour because you got a lot of time to yell. Just a lot of time to... Ah, damn it. Are you serious? Let me in. Ah. And then I drove to the hotel and parked it, and I'm like, we're not going out there anymore. It's because you guys are popular. You guys are the I think the most popular, the booming city in the United States, which, congratulations, but also that must be tough to live in. You guys learned a lesson. If you got something good, shut up about it. All right? You got something good going on, be like, shut up. Like, if I didn't tell that story from the beginning, you guys might be like Memphis might be awesome. It's just when people come to visit, they're like, cut off the cabs. We don't want this to look good. It's going to get overpopulated. But then as soon as the tourists leave, they're like, woo! Oh, man, let's keep it like this. Otherwise, we're going to be like Nashville, where everyone's here. And I like the city. I like the people that are from Nashville. I don't know how I can tell, but like the people that like grew up here, like I can feel it. And then there's like this weird influx of like LA people, like LA, like hi, and like hey. I'm like, you're not a real Christian, you know, like it's just that. Do you get what I mean? It's like that fake LA Christianity where they're like, we were jealous of the Jews. They had their community and we wanted to join a thing. Right? And you're like, no, you're not. That's too glitz and glamour for what we're doing here. I'm glad you guys laughed at that. That's a real gamble that I took. Imagine if that didn't work. All of you turn on me and I'm like, wow, I still have a lot of time left. But no, very much enjoy it. Enjoy it.
Everyone's been really good to us out here. I don't know. It's been fun. It's been fun to travel around. I had a good Thanksgiving. Had time off. It was good to be at home. My mom came over. It was great. It wasn't weird. I know Thanksgiving's a lot of tension amongst families, but we vote the same way, which I think that's important. If you're a family that votes the same way, no one's arguing. You're just agreeing vehemently. It's just a lot of, right? That's what I've been saying. But my mom, she still says some stuff where I'm like, I don't know if you're allowed to say that out loud. Somehow I brought up that I have gay neighbors, and she's like, that's okay. And I'm like, but I didn't bring it up as a problem. And she's like, my mom's Hungarian, so it's like also through an accent. She goes, what are you talking about? I'm okay, but... And I'm like, well, what's that? What was that second part? And she goes, nothing. This is America. Do whatever you want. And I'm like, what is that? And she won't answer it in any language. She won't bring it up. And I'm like, are you against it? No, this is America. It's why we moved here. Everyone can be whoever they are, but... I'm like, what? But then she goes, the lesbians I don't like. And I'm like, what? I don't think you can say that. And then she goes, they always hit on me. And I'm like, seriously? She goes, they're after my big ass. This is before we opened the eggnog. We haven't gotten any turkey. This is how she said hello. Apparently there are lesbians that are after my mother, and she is not interested, and she sounded like a leprechaun, like they're after me Lucky Charms. They're after my big ass, and I gotta prance around. And I was like, well, all right. I kind of wish we didn't vote the same way. We could just argue about politics, But yeah, it's a fun time of year. We got the holidays, bunch of good family time. Epstein Files are gonna come out soon. It's fun. I love it. It's like we're all waiting for a new season of our favorite show, As soon as they said, all right, we're gonna release the files, everyone's like, we got a new season of White Lotus. Hell yeah. It's kind of exciting to have a program. Isn't that nice when you have a program? I can't wait, But then they gave us a little tidbit of what's in the, remember they opened the emails, and the first thing they're like, oh, we got proof that Donald Trump and Clinton did something sexual, and I was like, It was so weird, because for years we're like, release the files, and then they said that. I'm like, you can just hold on to it if that's not really. You know what it reminded me of when I was like 7? I'm like, tell me where babies come from, and then they tell you, and you're like, never mind, I just want to believe in Santa again. That was awful. Yeah, I read all those Epstein emails. You know what I got out of it? I need to be more social. I don't respond to most of my emails. Text messages, if you look through my text, there's so many non-response. And I read, I'm like, man, Epstein responded to everybody. Just every dumb little email. Ha ha ha, see you Saturday. And I'm like, is that how you're supposed to be a person? Not the other stuff he did. I just mean the emails. Is that... Because I don't respond to anybody. I don't respond. I have texts from friends that are funny, and I'll read them like, all right. And I don't respond, because why do I have to respond? They're just like texts and emails. They're like postcards from back in the day. Remember postcards? You just send one. You're like, I'm in Paris, and you're not. There you are. And then that person gets it. Oh, he's in Paris, and we're not. And you just throw that away. You didn't run down to CVS and get another postcard and go, fart noise, and then ship it off to them. I don't like how much we communicate as people. I don't like it. People just they'll just send you an email or a text, be like, hey, and you're like, how dare you? How dare you? Unless it's about business or something serious, hey, look at this GIF. Please never do it. I can tell you're nice people because you're social people and you kind of get it, but you're like, no, I like hearing from people. I don't. I had a messed up childhood. I was I had a single mom who worked a lot, so I spent a lot of time by myself, which sounds sad at first, but that's why I just talked in my head. There's always a conversation running on in my head. And that's how I entertained myself as a kid. I would come up with stuff, and that's why I come up with stuff to say on stage, because I'm still like that as an adult. I walk around, fake Christians, that's what they are. I'm going to say they're... That's how I came up with it. And every time someone talks to me, they're interrupting a conversation that's going on in here that's awesome. All right? My conversation in here is killer. It's awesome. And every time someone's like, hey, I'm like, you're rude. All right? Can't you see we're talking here? There's magic going on here. I'm remembering stuff.
Hello. Thank you so much for watching my YouTube video. I just wanted to let you know that I have a brand new comedy special out entitled London Fog. If you haven't already watched it. If you have, go watch it again. Why not? That helps. Also, I'm on tour, the Worldwide-ish Tour 2026. Going to Europe, all over the United States, a little bit of Canada, the UK, which is also in Europe, but I guess it sounds more full when I add it. ZoltanComedy.com. Hit the link and only buy tickets from there. Don't go to resellers. Those guys are ripping everybody off. ZoltanComedy.com. Third time's the charm.